this is Crafty Jojo again with another tutorial for you for the wedding card that I posted yesterday evening. And as promised, I'm doing the tutorial for this card today, and I'm straight away going to head into it and going to tell you what you will need. First of all, you will need some cardstock, and you will need this color is called So Saffron. It's from Stampin' Up, and it's some sort of very, very light yellow beigey tone, and it's 6 1/4 inch squared, so 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. The light gray one, that's the color, it's called light gray, is this one is 6 3/4 squared, and the half by 7 1/2, and the second one would be 7 1/2 by 8. Then you need one piece of white cardstock, 6 by 6 inches. You need vellum, 6 1/2 inches by 6 1/2 inches, and you need to score that at 3/8 of an inch at one side. You would need 2 pieces of ribbon, back side of the ribbon, so we can glue it on the card later on. You would need for the card one of these butterflies, and you would need to die cut one of these bows, and I'm going to show you the dies that I've used because they are not really Stampin' Up stuff, but we have similar stuff from Stampin' Up. So I'm going to show you what I've used. This is the heart die, and I've done it twice, and this is the butterfly die, so I've done one for the card as well as one for the box, but the box I'm going to do in a different tutorial because otherwise this is going to be too long. So for today, for the card, you will only need one white butterfly, and this is actually the die that I've used. It comes in 3 pieces, and I don't recall the brand. It's one of the other, it might be Sizzix, but I'm not sure. I bought it from a local craft store, and it actually does this. So this is what you end up with, and I'm going to show you how to fold this to the bow, which goes in this corner later on. So let me just get arranged because there is a couple of things we need to prep. So once you've cut all your cardstock, I'm going to put all the measurements on my blog again anyway, but once you've prepped your pieces of cardstock, also prep your ribbon by putting double-sided tape to the back side of both strips, so it looks like this, and this is the front, and they go on top of each other later on to run over the ear. All right, so this is already prepped. Die cut your bits and bobs, and what you will need to know is because the first panel, the So Saffron panel, I have actually embossed with an embossing folder I had from one of these magazines, you know. It's a background embossing folder, and although the cardstock is bigger than my folder, this design allows easily, once this side is embossed, I just turned it around and only embossed, you know, because of the design, it is very easy to find where it can go, like so, and just run it through the machine like this again. So this is how I managed to emboss the whole piece of cardstock with the small embossing folder. So you will need this embossing folder, and you will need an embossing folder or like a very intricate heart shape that you die cut and glue it on top. This is also a freebie from one of the magazines, and this goes inside actually, because I haven't shown you the inside of the card. Because when you open your card, this is what you'll find. The piece of vellum is slightly bigger than this 6 by 6 piece of cardstock that has been embossed. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it in the light. It has this beautiful heart shape here on it, and this goes in the center of the card, covered by a piece of vellum, so you can actually leave your personal message here. You can write it either on the vellum or on here somewhere. So this is the inside of the card, and I'll be back with you and we start creating the card. So, all right, I'm back. So the first thing we are going to start with is, after we've embossed our 6 by 6 piece of cardstock with the heart shape, and we have cut our vellum to size and scored it. As I said, the vellum measures 6 1/2 inches squared. Sorry, not right. Oh, it is right. Sorry, 6 1/2 by 6.5, and you score at 3/8 of an inch, and you fold it over, and you're going to make sure when you glue it on that the heart is in the right position, so the body is pointing down. You are going to glue this with double-sided tape over your card, so it's slightly, you might see it better from here, slightly exceeds. So I'm going to add some double-sided tape here, the thin one, which is only 1/8 of an inch wide, and I'm going to strip it off like so. This is what we're going to do. Peel this off. And eyeball it so that it's coming in the right position. All right. This is your first bit of preparation, and the second bit of preparation is after you've cut out your big piece of cardstock, which is 7.5 by 7.5, and this one is 7.5 by 8, and then apparently you score at 1/4 and sorry, at a half, 1/2 of an inch, and you fold it. And I'm going to glue this together, and I'm going to use my wide double-sided tape sorry, to put this in place, and probably need 2 strips because it is, oh, all right, here we go. And I'm also going to add a small strip right next to it. Can you see what I'm doing? Like so. Cut this. Strip these off. Bye bye. 1 and 2. All right. And now when you're going to pop your card in, make sure that you have it positioned correctly. So this is the back side of the card, you can see it, but when you open the card from inside, it looks nice and neat. So the next thing you're going to do is you are going to put this in place, and I'm going to use wet glue for this, if only I can find it. Here it is. I'm going to use my Tombow. So here we go. And then we can set this aside to dry. So you have to eyeball the center of the card to put your special panel in like so. All right. And then we set this aside to dry. Dips everywhere, and then try to glue it on without smudging anything, because you want the background to be really nice and clean. So that's why I'm using spray glue. Bear with me, I'll be back soon. All right, people, I'm back with the first heart is already glued on, and I'm going to just pop the second one on here as well, and just dab it in place. And whilst this is drying, we can actually focus on putting our bow together. So to put the bow together, we gently round it with our bone folder, like so. And then this little bit fits exactly here, so needs to be glued on there. I'm going to use Tombow for this. And the second part, just quickly going to bend it and glue it. So, oops, my fingers are a bit, could have actually used the bone folder a bit more, but never mind. All right, so once you've glued this together like so, there is this middle part here that actually is meant to cover up the front and the back, so you just bend it around it. To give the ribbon a neat look. So, oops. This is a bit fiddly, but you'll get there, just like I do. So, add a bit of Tombow again. Get your ribbon. Glue it together. And the last bit comes in from the back, like so. And there's your ribbon finished for the front of your card, and you can set this aside to dry as well. It's pretty, isn't it? I really like it. We have actually, Stampin' Up! Has got a punch that does a similar thing, but actually it's not as intricate as this one. So it's just, but the shape is the same. Maybe you want to have a look at that. I need to find alternatives because this is not a die from Stampin' Up! Alright, so my ribbon is finished and I'm going to put it away to dry, and I'm going to turn to this, and as I said, I have to fuzzy cut it. And I'm actually, because this is a lot of rounded shapes, I'm actually going to use cuticle scissors because that helps me, and I'm to fuzzy cut this out. And then I just turn them upside down so that the pointy bits point to the other side to do this curve, and then I'm turning them around again, go back to this and carry on cutting. It's still a bit sticky. If you have a tiny bit of glue bits on your die cut piece that doesn't look nice, we actually have a little rubber bit in our shop. It looks like this, and when your glue is dry you can actually erase it. So I'm just going to use my straight scissors for this bit again because I'm not happy with this. So as I said, it's a bit of fuzzy cutting. I'll be back once I've done this because I don't want to bore you with me cutting all this. You don't need to see this. You will cut your cards out basically after you've glued them on the background. All right, I'll be back soon. All right, so I'm back with my two hearts glued on their backgrounds. I'm later on going to use my rubber stamp, my rubber eraser to take off excess glue, and I'll set these away to dry a bit furthermore. Now we need to focus on this. So I want my pattern actually to the lines like run like so and not like so. And I'm going to glue on my first bit of ribbon. And now it comes in handy that we've already prepped it. I don't have nails left. I so need to do my nails, but I don't have time. I'm crafting all the time, doing tutorials and running my courses, so I don't have time to do my own nails. It's terrible. So this is the fiddly bit. I can't see what I'm doing. I try to stay centered and then I can't see what I'm doing. Here we go. So you want to place this piece of ribbon slightly to the left and try to glue it on as straight as possible. Turn it over and just glue it down. So this is the first bit, and the second bit will go on top of here. And this is all preparational work that needs to be done. It's time consuming to get a decent signal here. Mobile phones have no receptions. Internet is so slow that actually a snail is faster. But we have to put up with it. So I'm always trying to save time during my tutorials and coming back later with bits that you don't really need to see. So actually this is the first bit. Now the next thing you want to do is try to place this, layer this onto your white cardstock, the next biggest size, and the next biggest size of your white cardstock. Where's my notes? Oh, it fell to the ground. Oops. That's the 6.5 by 6.5, and I'm going to use wet glue, and I'm going to layer this. That's the gray measures 6 3/4 squared, and it goes on a 7-inch squared card like so. And I'm going to do this with wet glue now, and I'll be back once I've prepped this for you. Alright, so I'm back, and this is what you end up with. You have 2 panels that are layered like so, and I'm going to use foam pads, dimensionals, to actually layer this on top of this and to create some 3D effect. But before I'm going to do this and bore you with that, we would need to actually take the front of our card and adhere the grey cardstock to it as well. So this is my card, this is my grey cardstock, and it goes on like so. So I'm quickly going to do that and then be back with you in a minute. So okay, so we've got our card front layered with the grey cardstock, and then we're going to actually use foam pads to layer these as a 3D effect before we are going to finally decorate this on here like so. And sorry, I think I did it like this, like so and like so. And then our butterfly goes in this corner and our bow goes on here. And this is the next steps I'm going to do. So I'll quickly do that and then be back with you. So I'm just about to layer the last bit, and make sure that you check how your card opens before you glue it on, because that has happened to me before and that was not nice, because once this stuff is adhered, it sticks. So this is what your card front should look like, and your card should still be opening like so. And the next 2 bits we are going to put on are these hearts, and they're also going to be put on in 3D, though the first one goes flat and the second one goes slightly raised like so. All right, so I'm going to use my Tombow and be generous. And I'm going to glue it on like, let's say I'm happy with it here. So you just want to glue it on like so, gently dab it in place. And the second one is pointing like so. And I'm going to use this type of tape . One, two, 3 and 4. Going to peel the back side off, get my card back in. And our card is starting to look gorgeous, so I still have to pat this in place. And you just pop it on. And this looks lovely. So the next bit is our bow, which I actually glued on here. And for this one, I'm going to use a dimensional, because they are ideal for this job. So if you hear a parrot in the background, that's Yoshi, our Harlequin macaw. He's just trying to persuade me to get him some treats. He just asked for it. But he asked in German, so our parrot is bilingual. So he swears in English as well as in German. Oops. So where am I going to put it? This is just up to your taste. Literally, there is no defined space where this bow would need to go. Do I like it down here? Or I don't like it like this. I like it like this, and I'm going to pop it down like here. So give it a good press. And if you have got a bit of glue, just get your eraser out like so and rub it off. There you go. As good as new. I love this little tool. Stampin' Up sells it. It's a glue eraser. So it's already looking gorgeous, isn't it? So what's left to do is you take your die cut butterfly, and I use tweezers to help bend it, and I just bend the wings up like so, and then I'm going to use my bone folder as well to shape them. Be careful if you pull too hard. So just carefully give support to the thinner bits, and you pop your butterfly on like in this corner. Oh dear, decisions, or more here. Where do I like it? I think this is fine. And I'm going to use dimensionals as well, but a dimensional would be too big. So what I'm going to do, so to prep them, I just, because they are not really cut through, but now they are, I just pop them on like so, and then I can peel it. Nothing goes to waste here, too expensive to waste. And then again, I'm going to find a nice spot for it, and I think I like it here. So I'm just simply going to pop my butterfly on and then just put the wings up. What's left to do is add some decorations, and I've got these metal rimmed pearls in various sizes, but I'm not sure if I want to use these or if I'm going to use, because you know this is a very big one as well, these, or if I'm going for the basic pearl jewels. Where does it open? Hello, I can't even get into it anymore. Oh, it is open. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I think because this looks nicer, this looks nicer than the metal rimmed one, isn't it? So I just made my decision. I'm going to put the metal rimmed ones away. I'm not going to use those. Instead, I'm going to use these, and I'm going to put some embellishments on my butterfly. I just slightly have to change the design, because I always promise my customers that I'm not going to ever do exactly the same card again. So this card is not 100% a copy of the first one I did that you all saw, but that's just the way it goes. This is the rule of the game. And the smallest one, this is what I love, really tiny. I'm struggling even to pick it up. Oops. How am I going to glue this on? goes there. Okay, so this is my butterfly, and this is going to get a couple of, or maybe just, you know what, I might bring in, but I don't want to actually bring too many different tones in, but these are really large ones. Well, how does this look like? Does this look all right? What do you think? These together with this. It's a slightly different color, isn't it? But these are too small. Well, never mind. I'll still use it. I like it. So, yeah, it's just about decorating the card. And we're almost there. All right. I think I like it like this. What do you think? This looks lovely. And I'm going to add a row of these here. So I'm going to actually cut a random bit off. I'm going to count them in a minute to tell you how many I took. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's great, an uneven number, and I just eyeball it. And pop them on here. All right. So, and this is my wedding card tutorial, and I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I'm still going to clean up here a few bits and bobs, take out some of the glue that is left on here, but I'm going to do that once I've finished recording, because it's only going to waste time. But this is my card, and when you open it, this is what it looks like, and you've got this beautiful embossed heart shape here, covered up with the imprinted vellum. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm coming up with a box tutorial next. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well as my blog. And thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye!